Girls, what's a creepy thing guys frequently do which we are unaware of? Where's my hug? Unsolicited shoulder massages. Not sure if many guys do this. Went out on a first date with a guy I met online. Introduced myself and he looked me over slowly, head to toe, while sloppily licking his lips. Never have I felt so desperately in need of a shower. Edit. To follow up on the post. We had chatted very cordially on the phone several times before we agreed to meet at a coffee shop for the face-to-face. After he gave me the sloppy move, I stayed for 15 minutes. My attempt at being polite. I hate telling PPL to F***K off. Need to change that. Anyway, made my excuses and was gone. He continued to call, asking to come over or for me to go to his place just for cuddles. Made me think he was a rappy sob. Blocked his number and that was it. Violating personal space. If you take a step toward me and I step back, that is not an invitation to slowly chase me around the room. That is an indication that you are close enough. Blocking you by extending their arm and putting their hand in the wall. Quick tip, dick bag, if you have to physically block my escape, it's already over. I'm a guy, sorry to disappoint. Whenever I'm strolling at night and end up walking behind the girl I feel terrible. I can tell I'm making them nervous, so I either talk on the phone or slow the fuck down. It doesn't help that I'm 6'1" black male that weighs 200 pounds. Once at a family party this elderly man insisted on dancing with me almost the whole night. I didn't mind this so much because I was there only with my mum and didn't know that many people. He then continued to try to read my body language and tell me how he knows that there are things that I'm trying to hide and how I have a secret temperament. Please don't try to pretend to read a girl's behavior, especially if she's about a third of your age. This is just creepy. Claim to know when a woman is menstruating by smell alone. At a club, pushing into our dance. I was out with my friend and we were dancing together, fully engaged with just each other and chatting as we danced. A guy pushed into the gap between us and tried dancing with just me. I stopped dancing and stepped away. My friend reached out and pulled me back to her and began dancing with me again, pulling me in closer to close a circle to make it clear we weren't looking for company. He did it again. My friend straight up pulled me away and we walked out of the room. Later that night, the guy saw us and came over and started screaming and shouting that we were bitches and whores and rude for ignoring him. What the fuck? For me, it's jumping right into super flirting. Like, an example conversation would be, me, so, you like Armor 3? So V Twimble has got some great vids on that. Him, I love Womble. So, when are you coming over for vids and cuddles? Mon man. Sadly something that's happened to me a lot. Flirt with or persist towards a girl who is in a relationship. I've had friends who have flirted with me, who know my partner. The worst was when I used to go to clubs. I've had guys reply to I have a boyfriend with he doesn't need to know. You look so innocent. This isn't a compliment. I'm 26. This is creepy. I know it's not that common. But there was one guy I knew who had a habit of putting his arm over girls' shoulders that barely know him, and without their consent. He thought it made look confident and cool. We thought he was a desperate creep. A lot of guys have followed me in public, or slowed down to try and talk to me from their cars. In what world is this not creepy? I know most guys won't do this, but so many have at this point. I just wonder if they know how creepy they're being. More relevant to this thread, being too persistent. If a girl keeps brushing you off or giving shit responses and you don't tone it down / walk away, you start to seem a bit creepy. Although some people are poor conversationists, so I guess it's hard to tell. Making a point of talking about how respectful / safe / feminist you are. Do it once, and okay, maybe you're just shy or nervous. Do it twice or more, and it gets progressively creepier. Believe me, if you're really a quality guy, I'll be able to tell without being told. Staring. I can see you, even if I'm not looking at you. If I make eye contact with you, either smile and introduce yourself, or look away. Don't continue to stare thinking it's slick. It's just weird. The bigger the age gap, the weirder it is. I had one guy stare for so long that he actually drooled. It's not flattering, I promise. From my wife. Being friendly to a guy and they automatically believe you want to fuck them. So they ramp up the flirtiness and physical contact. Edging closer to you during conversation until they are practically on you. No, it's not going to get you laid, and no, you're not smooth. As a black female, it is absolutely infuriating when guys hit on you by stating that they've never been with a black girl before and start with all that chocolate caramel shit. That doesn't make me feel special. It makes me feel like a fetish you want to cross of your list. Just be normal, please. It's really off-putting when guys come on too strongly, like I get it, you want sex, so do I. But I also want to be able to carry a decent conversation with the person I sleep with that doesn't involve an unsolicited dick pic. I think a general rule with dick pics is that if we don't ask for one, don't send it. And a lot of guys just send it as an opening. It's pretty gross when it's not asked for. You should smile more. You're so pretty when you smile. Got a random Facebook message from a guy that went to my old college. I don't know who he is though, saying something along those lines. Catcalling in all shapes and forms. My least favorite is the snake hissing. What are you trying to accomplish here, except to intentionally make a female feel uncomfortable? If only I was younger, said by elderly males. I can totally guess women's bra sizes. You're a 34C, right? Dude, stop. No, you can't. Please leave me alone. Joking about drugging my drink / slipping alcohol into my non-alcoholic beverages if I'm not drinking that night, and wondering if I'd notice / how I would act while drunk or drugged up. Yes, this really happened. Multiple times. Different guys. I really don't like it when guys hit on me at work. To be more specific, I'm in customer service and I have to be nice, and I can't really leave the situation as I'm at work. Nothing makes me feel more trapped than a dude that spends an hour asking me about some product in a thinly veiled attempt at talking to me. I'm a male, but I run a bar with a lot of female bartenders. One of the creepiest things I see consistently that drives me insane are the guys who will try and stay after we've closed to flirt with the bartender as she's closing. They end up just kind of trying to follow the bartender around while she's just trying to ignore them and get her job done. No bartender likes this. Stop doing it. Getting mad at women for why didn't she just say no / why did she lead me on, in the same breath as they harass women for not giving guys a chance. And generally just pursuing women who aren't interested or keep brushing you off. You know that tip about reading back a phone number incorrectly to see if it's real or they gave you a fake number? Yeah, if a woman gives you a fake number, accept it and walk away. If she did that, it's because she does not feel safe just saying no, and she has reason to expect if she bluntly said no, I'm not interested to you directly, you would get violent with her. Women try to be as polite and gentle in their rejections as possible because of their genuine fear of violent retaliation if they don't, but then they get accused of leading men on. Or they are being genuine friends to guys they genuinely like, but those guys cannot process a male and female friendship, so they assume it's about sex and romance. Stare, like straight up gawking. You know women have peripheral vision too, yeah? Just because I'm not looking right at you don't mean you're being slick. When someone is sitting next to you and you are minding your own business and they say something like you don't talk much, do you? It's because I don't want to talk to strangers. Not super frequent, but saying shit like don't worry, I didn't put anything in it when they bring you a drink, or wow, you're really brave for walking home alone when you run into them on the street at like 10 PM on a weekday, walking on a well-lit main road. Like I really wasn't thinking about the possibility of you sexually assaulting me before, but I sure as fuck am now, thanks. From wife. Asking about tattoos. How many? Locations? Some guys are too damn old to be hitting on 18 to 25-year-old girls. When I was 17, a 28-year-old 5 feet 3 inches scrawny white guy with a 76's hat and a cigarette in his ear actually tried to have a threesome with me and my friend, who was 16. He kept bragging about how girls lined up to date him, and we were lucky he was even interested in us. The worst part about it is this guy still messages me and my younger sister on Facebook still trying to have threesomes. My sister just turned 16 a month and a half ago. Like dude, not only is that creepy, it's sick. insist that they just want to be friends after hitting on you and getting rejected. If your idea of being friends only means going out for a meal alone and talking to me only when no one else is around, no, you don't fucking want to be friends. I'm not stupid. Had that exact situation play out with a coworker recently. Dude would not leave me alone for months. Okay, scroll down pretty far, and I have to say, as a man, I find it pretty shocking that anyone would not know everything I've read here is creepy as hell. Mon men, what the actual? Coming on way too strong. There's a lot of guys out there that go head first, if you know what I mean. Men who approach 2 or more women with the pickup line, "Why are you sitting here all by yourselves? Yeah, you really must come save us from this manless reality we're living in. A shat. Force me to kiss you on the cheek, or more. Like, some dudes in the total stranger category already pulled that one on me and wouldn't stop pestering me as long as I hadn't done it. The fact that one time the guy wouldn't let me go and tried to force me into his car didn't help at all. It's not just for men, but for people in general. It's better to avoid touching people you don't know, and no is a perfectly valid answer to any request. Hey, smile. Allah, good looking loser. If it does make a girl giggle or smile, it's more likely out of being uncomfortable than anything. I've been talking and laughing with a group of my friends and still been told to smile by a guy I don't know who happens to be there. So it's not an issue of me actually scowling or being sulky in case someone suggests that. If you want me to smile at you, just be nice and pleasant. I've had men glare at me from afar and then tell me I look miserable. I've had guys looking genuinely concerned if I'm okay. I say I'm fine thanks, and they bristle as if I told them to fuck off. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's demeaning or sexist, but it really irritates me, and I feel self-conscious about my face for the rest of the day. Sometimes if a girl looks quite intense or serious while listening to a guy talk, I often do. It's because they are deeply in the conversation, gazing at your face, or just happen to look like that. On the other hand, I guess the opposite of that is just a shit. At my parents' wedding, my dad's brother said to my mom, "You'd look better without that big stupid grin on your face." On her fucking wedding day. Really? Can't win either way.